Well, it's a big warm welcome here to Canada Heights for the 2002 Wulfsport Twinshock World Championship. And what a lineup of celebrities we have for you here. The weather is absolutely superb. And across from the United States of America, the former World 1981 500cc World Champion, Brad Lackey. Was he happy to be here?
That's a long time since I've been over to do a race. I think the last time was probably in the very early 80s, maybe at Ringwood or someplace like that. But I'm glad to be here. I've been trying to get to this race for a few years and finally put it all together this year. I have a lot of t-shirt business going on right now in the summertime in America, so it's really hard to get over here. But we ran over just for a couple days, 2 days in London and 2 days here, and then right back home.
Do you get to ride much back home at the moment?
I usually ride about 7 to 10 races a year. Just the last couple of years I started riding. I took about 20 years off, and then I started 2 years ago with the vintage races over there, and I've ridden 7 or 8 races for the last couple of years.
Tough, isn't it, coming back?
Oh, it's fun. You know, we're just out here to have a good time. The old guys, it's not, I mean, it really gets competitive because we're all ex-racers, but other than that, we try to have fun in between the races and just mingle and talk about old races and old times, and it's more of a reunion, really, and then with a little bit of fun thrown in for the race.
Have you got some practice beforehand coming over?
Actually, I rode in April was the last time, so I'm kind of a little rusty. I'll have to go out there and make a couple laps and get warmed up.
Well, it's nice to have the American back with us here in the UK. And another former world champion, 1981 250 champion from England, and that was Neil Hudson. And we caught up with Neil and asked him how he felt about being here as well.
Just here for a good ride and have some fun, see some old faces.
Looking at motocross today around the world, things have changed a lot since your day. And do you think they're for the better, or you think not maybe so good?
No, these days it's a shame really for young riders. They've really got no chance now of getting in unless they've got a lot of money behind them. It's buy their way into teams. It's virtually impossible. It's such a shame. It's like it is at the moment to what it was in my day. I don't know where it's going to end up really.
Oh, back in your days, it was a question of getting on a bike and just having good and having fun, wasn't it?
Well, yeah, and you earned your place through the British Championship, which I've always said is the way it should be. You know, that way the British Championship was always good racing as well, because you had to get up there and do the business to get into the GPs.
What do you think of the track here at Canada Heights? Looks demanding?
Yeah, I haven't been here for about 10 years ago. I came to watch the British Championship, and much the same really, but it looks great. It looks really good condition. Looking forward to it.
Of course, you're the only British rider for many years that's won the World 250 title. Sometimes when you're at night, tucked up in bed, dreaming, you still remember that moment when you crossed the line and you were proclaimed the world champion 250?
Yeah, obviously that. You never forget that moment. You know, sometimes it feels like yesterday, but hard to explain the feeling at the time, just complete satisfaction. You know, suddenly all 20 years of racing is all worthwhile, you know.
You look at lads like Jamie Dodd now, he's lifted the 125 crown. That's the first time a British rider's ever held that title, so I mean, you must have been pleased for him.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. You know, he's had the last couple of years he's had a good team and the right people behind him, which is, I think, he's needed for a long, long time. You know, hopefully he can go on the next couple of years, maybe lift another one before the old age creeps up.
And then he'll probably come to Twinshock racing.
Yeah, well, maybe, yeah.
Well, for the event sponsor here today, Bill Brown, losing out from last year with the foot and mouth problems, was he glad to be back?
Yeah, we all missed last year, Ken. It's got to be a bit of an annual event, and I think a lot of people have looked forward to it, including myself. Foot and mouth devastated all of us, really. You know, we're not getting any younger, and we don't even be missing 12 months, do we?
Got a good lineup of riders in the international.
I think again, it's more to the point that the work we've put into the event in the past. I think a lot of them have heard of it, and I mean, as you know, it's a world championship. A lot of these are old ex-world championship riders anyway, and I think it's a case of, hey, let's go and enjoy it, and let's have another crack at winning the world championship again. So it's nice really that they come over to England to have a do with it as well, and you can see how far afield they've travelled, Ken.
Twinshock racing is becoming more and more popular in the UK and in other parts of the globe, and of course, you know, you've got a bike here with you today, the Mako Max, which we see here beside us, but this is a very much modern bike, isn't it?
It's the old technology, it's the old dimensions of the old bike. What happened was, I mean, you're right what you say. The Twinshock racing has got more popular worldwide. The problem is we've actually run out of some of the new parts, Ken. So you reach a stage where you think, hey, you know, what do we do? At one stage you think, what do we do with all this old shit? You know, and now we're thinking, where do we get some more of it? So the answer is we really have to make it. So what we're doing is making it to exactly the same dimensions, but just making it a bit nicer. I mean, Michael has always been the best performing bike of its era, universally acclaimed. But it was always a very plain looking poor little sister to look at. So all we're doing really is just making the same bike, only making it do the same job nicer.
The only difference is the parts are being made here in Cumbria than rather in Germany.
Some in Cumbria, some in Scotland, some south of England. There's nothing wrong with things made in England, though, is there? You know, it's a nice change in this day and age, and something I'm quite proud of.
So we're really seeing the revival of the old Mako in their original form, aren't we?
I hope you're right. Yes, as you can see, there's plenty about today. There's a lot in Twinshock events everywhere. As I say, it was very much the bike of the day anyway. So it's just a question of keeping it going and getting parts to keep the job going, Ken.
Looking away from the bike, of course, Bernie Andrews, the over 60s world champion, is now having to hand his crown over to someone. And you keep telling me that you're far too young for that yet.
Absolutely. Oh yes. Mind you, what have I got? Another 4 years, and I'll be challenging for that hopefully. But no, we're very proud of Bernie. We were going to export him to America last year, you know, to have a go at the over 60 World Championship over there, but it never happened. But he did it at Hawkstone 2 years ago, and to be quite honest, I think if it hadn't had a problem this year, he'd have been a hard man to beat today in the over 60s.
I reckon he'll be back next year.
Oh yeah, but as you can see, there's a lot of young guys coming into the over 60s now every year. So
young over 60s. That'll be you, Bill.
I hope you're right, Ken. Yeah, it could be you, sir, as well.
Oh, I doubt that, Bill. But the over 50s champion from 2 years ago, this is Scott Leather's Jimmy Ed. Was he frightened about the competition?
Yeah, that doesn't worry me too much.
Like a couple of former champions out there.
Yeah, but yeah, it's okay. I'll have a go.
You're saying the old body is getting no younger. I mean, you ever thought about giving up racing?
Yeah, a little bit, but still enjoy doing it as long as it's not too hard. Then it's a bit of good fun, isn't it? Really, it keeps you a little bit younger than what you would be normally, I would think.
It's probably the day after you most feel like giving up, isn't it?
Actually, the day after it's not quite so bad. It's the day after that that's the killer. It's yeah, it hurts for about 3 days and it starts to wear off. Yeah, it's life.
What do you think of the track here?
Difficult. It's going to be hard. It's going to be hard on the old body. The older we get, the harder it is, isn't it? But I would have preferred somewhere grassier, but we'll do the best we can.
Have you ever actually thought about taking up road racing? Because it'd be less arduous on the old bones.
I tried once. I was riding in South Africa and somebody says, come on, we're going down to, is it Kyalami?
Kyalami.
Yeah. I said, we're going down there for the day and we're going to have a go, you know. And when you're doing about 150 miles an hour down the straight and you can't see the corner for a heat haze, that's it. That's enough for me. I'm not doing that. Too dangerous. It was good fun.
Hey Jimmy, there's things called braking markers on the side of the track.
But
they tell you when you're supposed to apply the brakes.
No, I never looked for them.
They don't have them in motocross, but you know.
No, I never thought about that at the time.
Well, it's nice to have you here with us. It's always a pleasure talking to you, and glad things are going well, and hopefully you have a good day out there on Sunday.
Yeah, thanks very much. I hope so.
Well, with the absence of Willie Simpson, the man that won the championship 2 years ago at Hawkstone Park, next man on the list and favoured man to take it today is Peter Mathia. Can he win here?
Well, I always try, Kenny, and it just depends how fast Brad and the others go. We've got Neil Hudson here as well, so it's not going to be easy.
Well, it's quite a star-studded cast, isn't it?
Yes, yeah, it's nice to see them all out, actually. Unfortunately, I've not done much riding this year because of my son riding, but, you know, that's the way it goes.
Hey, you're talking about your son, Scott, and we've already seen him out in action today, and he's pretty quick. So picking up some tips from the old man.
Oh, he's teaching me now. It's nice to see he's teaching me now. Yeah.
So are you doing any less riding that we've seen before?
I'm doing a lot less riding. So this will be my 4th meeting this year, so fitness will be a problem today, but you can't have everything.
Why is this then, Peter? You've been at home counting the money?
No, we don't have that problem. But as I say, I've been out with Scott every weekend now. We didn't do the schoolboy scene, so I didn't start until 14. So he wants to race, so I've got to do every weekend with him now.
So coming back to looking at some of the competition we've got here, we've got Brad Lackey, the American, Neil Hudson, of course, maybe Graham Noyce if he decides to come out the bar.
Yes.
It's going to be a fair lineup, isn't it?
Oh yeah, but it's all better for the spectators, isn't it? And better for the racing, I hope. Doesn't matter.
You're not intimidated?
No, it's years ago I may have been, but not anymore.
Well, this event truly is an international thing. And all the way over from Germany, we have Herbert Schmitz. Was he glad to be back in the UK?
Sure, so I was for 2 years here in England in Hoxton Park, and I like it here to ride in England. So, and I see the riders from the GPs, and it's funny for me here to ride.
When you are at home and you relax, you think and remember many years ago when you were a very big rider?
Yeah, sure. I do it many times. So, yeah, I think on this.
You watch on television Motocross Grand Prix now?
Yes. So the German guy Pete Byro, I look all the time. So, but I think it is not so easy for him to win the GPs. But I look at all the time. So, yeah.
Do you like the new way Motocross is on television, or maybe not so good?
Yeah, I think it's 30 minutes. It's not enough. So this year, the donor says we ride one race 30 minutes, and it's not enough. I think it's not enough.
You have to be strong.
Right. That it's motocross.
You have to be a man.
That's exactly, yeah. Yeah.
But do you ride at home? Do you still?
Only 4 or 5 races in the year. It's not all Sundays. So 5, 6 races. Big races, let's say like here, and then it's enough. It's enough.
As I say, this event's full of characters, none more than the over 60 champion Bernie Andrews is recovering from a heart attack. Will he be back next year or not?
I think next year, yeah. I think so. Pretty well next year. Should be okay.
It's a hard thing to give up, isn't it, once you...
Yeah, this is my 46th season, so it's been a long time and it is a lot to give up. But I've broken legs and arms and skull, and I've had 2 heart attacks before as well, so I've ridden since then, so I don't see why not again.
Unfortunately, Burnley, what it is, it's a young mind in an old chassis.
An old chassis. And you can't do much about the chassis, so...
Maybe they'll start bringing in body transplants soon, and people like you and me can get ourselves a new younger version.
That would be really good. Yeah.
Could be a good weekend. We've got some big names here, Lackey and Noyce and everybody else.
I met Brad in America. I went to race in Florida at the beginning of the year, and I met Brad and Jeff Smith, and he still rides really well. He goes well. So a lot of people should come to watch Brad. Very popular in England, so I hope they do.
Bernie, take it easy.
Right.
Let's hope we see you back on a bike soon.
Hopefully.
Definitely back for next year. But take it easy, get well soon, and enjoy the weekend.
Okay, thank you very much.
What a character he is as well. Bernie Andrews, hope to see him back next year fully fit. Well, joining me in the commentary box for this World Championship Wulfsport Twinshock event is Darren Hudson. Darren, what a lineup of riders we got here today.
Yeah, we've got a top-class international lineup here. It's like a Twinshock meeting, a proper scramble from yesteryear.
And of course Peter Mathia, the Cheshire Charger. A lot of opposition out there with Lackey, Schmitz and Hudson, of course.
Yeah, you've got Graham Noyce in there as well. Graham will go well.
Well, someone didn't go too well there. We've seen a faller at the start of the first international race. Who is it that's going to get that all-important first corner? You can see it's a little bit dusty, but the track here is absolutely superb. It looks like number 24 that's led them away, and that's Wolfgang Schrad from Germany. What do you know about this guy then, Darren?
This is the second time now he's been over. He didn't go this well at Hoxton Park, so I think he's been practicing, Ken.
I reckon he's been training on something. It's that German beer he's been drinking. Well, it's as I said, as Darren said, it's a great lineup of riders. We've got Peter Mathia on the number 1 bike, of course, going for the World Championship here today. So 24 it was that led them away, but look out for number 5, Neil Hudson. We obviously spoke to Neil a little earlier. He's the 1981 former World 250 motocross champion, but we've got a scrap on here.
Number 12 there, Dennis Slive, guy that's given us a hand with this event.
Yeah, what a character Dennis is as well. Well, any stories there, Darren, from the beer tent on Friday night?
Probably none we could put on this video, Ken.
Right, okay. Well, Peter Mathia already on the number 1 bike, beginning the challenge. A lot of these lads, of course, on the Makos, the German machines, very successful bikes in their time as the rest of the field come pouring through. That looks like 301 they're going through. One of our high-numbered riders, and he's chased by, well, an old gaggle of more, but the battle is on at the front indeed. We're looking out for Mathia, number 1. Well, that looks like number 7 there. That's Jimmy Aird, James Aird, as he is in the programme. And he's not slow, is he, Darren?
Jimmy isn't slow. Jimmy's been going very, very well this year. I don't know what he's been on, but he's on something at the minute.
Well, number 11 there, that's Roger Garrett, and he's fending off Mick Ashford on the number 9 bike there, so a good scrap between those two. And, of course, as you mentioned just earlier, we've got former 1989 World 500cc champion from Great Britain, and that's, of course, our old mate
Graham Noyce.
Yeah.
And it was 79, Ken.
79 was it? Sorry. I'm just giving away my age now, aren't I? Number 5 there, coming down the hill, Neil Hudson from Bristol. On the Makel, of course, Neil. Not really lost any of his old speed, but a little bit disillusioned now with the way current motocross racing is going. He's sort of said in an interview that he felt that young lads really don't stand the chance of getting a go at it unless they have the money. Do you feel the same way there, Darren?
I don't know, Ken, because I don't follow the modern motocross that much. All my time's taken up with the Twinshock, so I suppose modern motocross is money orientated, isn't it?
Yeah, it is indeed. 24 there, that's Wolfgang Schrad, and he's under pressure now from Peter Mathia, number 7 going through there to complete another lap. Jimmy Aird from County Durham on the CCM. They're not all Makos out there. There's a right mixture here, isn't there?
Yeah, there's Steve Shuttleworth there. He's right behind Jimmy Aird at the moment on the Suzuki.
We just got a quick shot of Brad Lackey going through a moment ago with number 20. Well, that's Michael Lee from Sweden. They've come from all around the world, haven't they, Darren?
Yeah, he's come over with Krista Hammergren. Krista's our lap marshal, travelling marshal for this weekend, so it's a pretty good honour to have Krista, the Hammer, as our track marshal.
Well, there you are. Bit of history there in the making. It is a World Championship, remember. There is only one of them each year, and this is it. So, right mixture of machines out there as well. Keep an eye out for Brad Lackey. He's on that number 3 bike, of course. Also keep an eye out for 55. And that's, of course, Graham Noyce, I think.
Yeah, Graham's riding Craig Elwell's bike in this race, Ken.
Craig, of course, being the son of Derek Elwell from DEP Exhaust. There he is, Peter Mathia. Well, he's only ridden 4 times this year, but there's no stopping the lanky plumber from Cheshire, is there?
There isn't. Peter's, again, he'll race anything, will Peter. Once he gets going, that's it, he's away.
I remember him saying a couple of years back, he even races the band home from the job.
That's right, yeah. He's in hurry wherever he goes, like.
And of course he's got his son now, Craig, I can't remember his son's name now, gone from my head. Scott, of course. Yeah. Scott races now in the 250 class. We'll see something from him a little later. But there's Mathia going for the lead, and Mathia goes through and takes it. So, pushing back to second place now, Wolfgang Schrad, the German, losing the lead. Number 11 coming through there, Roger Garrett, Bristol-based rider. Roger, of course, another man full of history and, well, memories, isn't it?
Yeah, he is. Roger's enjoying his motocross this year. He was telling me not so long ago that he's only done a few events, but he's really enjoying his riding. So, hopefully Roger will keep coming.
That's got to be Lackey with the ponytail flying out from behind his helmet. So it's nice to see Brad joining us here over in England for this event, and well, let's hope we get some more Americans over next year.
Yeah, hopefully he's going to bring some more riders over with him next year. We don't exactly know what's going to happen yet next year, but I'm sure Canada Heights will be favourite.
Well, that looks like 35. Norbert van Dun from Belgium on a Mako, and coming down the hill here, well, is that 16 or 76?
It's number 16. It's a Richard Johnson, is that, Ken? He's from the Motorcycle Mechanics magazine.
Well, there you go. See, we've even got some journalists riding here, and he looks like he's enjoying himself thoroughly. 35, I think that is down the hill there, and that again is Norbert van Dun from Belgium. So it really has got an international flavour here at Canada Heights for this Wulfsport Twinshock World Championship. There he goes. And here he comes. He's the boy they've all got to beat, Peter Mathia. He said, I've only ridden 4 times this year. Oh, I bet he's been out practicing before this. A little bit of a scrap going on here. That's Lackey, I think. Was that number 12 beside him? I think it was. Martin Snap. What do you know about Martin?
Martin's from Bolton. He's having a good year, is Martin. He was second in the National Championship last year. He's going well. He's very consistent.
Just got a quick glimpse of Gareth Noble on the 46 bike, just went through. And number 5 here, that's of course Neil Hudson. Neil with that distinctive Union Jack there on the back of his shirt. Well, 1981 250 world champion. I think he was the very first 250 world champion the UK ever had in motocross, and I don't think I'm wrong with thinking that, am I?
No, I think you're right there, Ken. I'm not 100% sure, but I think you're right, yeah.
Because, I mean, in the old days, you only used to have, like, they had a World Motocross Championship, and that was it. They didn't... the days of Jeff Smith and Arthur Lampkin and Dave Bickers, I think it was just like one World Championship, and that was it.
I think that's right, yeah.
Well, here comes a man that knows all about winning, the old Cheshire Charger himself, Peter Mathia, on the number 1 Mako.
There's Noyce, 55.
Yeah, oh, Noyce, 1979, as you corrected me earlier. The years tick past so quickly, you just can't keep up with them, can you?
I don't know, Ken, I'm not that old.
Number 2, coming up the hill here, Herbert Schmitz from Germany. Oh, what are those two up to? Who's that?
It looks like they're making Makos.
Well, don't tell Bill that. He likes to sell them, doesn't like people to make them on their own. So, number 5, over the top of the track, Neil Hudson there, looking pretty good for a top result. And... well, I don't think Neil's lost any of his old flair, that's for sure. Although the old fitness must be slipping away just a little bit. Now, what does Neil do for a living now?
He's repairing shocks and that, isn't he? I think that's what he does, yeah. I don't know whether there's a shop or...
a suspension specialist.
I know he keeps a lot of these lads on the track.
Well, that's the good thing. And Schmitz there coming through, the German, on the number 2 bike. Now, what the question now is, where's Peter Mathia? Who's this down there? Looks like number 25. Kevin Reid. That's a name I know from somewhere. Ex-AMCA rider?
I think he is. He's a Southerner, is Kevin, so you will know him.
Yeah, I'm sure an ex-AMCA rider. I might be wrong, sorry if I am, Kevin, but, you know, he's out there enjoying himself. That's what this is all about, isn't it? Not just about winning cups or medals or whatever. It's about coming here and enjoying yourself, isn't it? That's
it. It's a complete social weekend. You know, you can bring the kids, the family, everything. You have a really good night, Friday, Saturday night, and then get out and make the best of it on the bike as you can of the weekend.
Martin Snap, number 12, going through. Oh, look, we're having a little bit of a separate war here. Looks like 21 there. That's Stéphane Thiraud from France. So Thiraud going through there, having his own little battle with somebody else. Didn't quite glimpse the other number, but 49 up the hill here.
Rob Margetson.
Indeed. He's enjoying this. He's from Hull. With a name like that, you wouldn't think he was from Hull, would you?
He loves his motocross, does Rob.
Sounds more like a Swede or a Finn. Number 9.
Mick Ashford again.
Yeah. Well, in the programme it says he's from America, but it's actually from Birmingham. So, Mick Ashford, international rider. Peter Mathia takes the checkered flag here in International Heat 1. That was a good one, wasn't it? So here we go. These are the Expert Open race. Number 37 there on the line. It's Chris Barker, sorry, from Rothwell. 55 there is Craig Elwell and not Graham Noyce. Graham rode his bike in the international race. Here we go then, 1-1-1. Well, who's that, Darren?
That's Rob Foden, 1-1-1.
Well, that's a name that's been around Twinshock racing for a fair old while, Rob Foden. 36, I think that's 36.
Yeah, that's Piers Waddington.
Ah, yeah, another name that we'd recognise from Twinshock racing. And Piers looking very quick on that bike, isn't he?
He is, yeah. He's going well, is Piers. I think he still rides a modern bike now and again, but he turns out on the Twinshock regular and rides really well.
I'm not sure whether that was 37 behind him, Chris Barker, but 37 on the back of his shirt. But it's Waddington then that leads this Open Expert race away. And looking very smooth. What's that he's riding? Looks like a Suzuki.
It's actually a Yam.
Oh, right, it's a yellow Yam.
Yeah, it's one that's allowed in the Twinshock racing now. It's not got linkage suspension, so we have allowed them into the National Twinshock this year.
I think some of the lads might object to that. He's looking just a bit quick on that bike.
A lot of people say that the suspension doesn't make any difference. So.
Well, you know, a bloke of my age would disagree with that. Nice bit of suspension saves the bones for later, that's for sure.
It does.
So it looks like Waddington still with that 111 bike there behind him at the moment.
1-1-10, that, Steve May.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay. This track here, Canada Heights, of course, We've seen Sidecar Grand Prix here in the past, and of course it's a regular haunt for the Maxis British Motocross Championship, the first round each year. But it's a bit of a testing track for these bikes, isn't it?
It is. It's a tough track for Twinshock, but it's like the riders know they've all got to get up and go to work on Monday morning, so they all know that the throttle works both ways.
That's true. Trouble is the brain doesn't necessarily correspond. 76 that is, I think.
That's,
Martin Russell, is it?
Russell, yeah.
From the Isle of Wight on the Honda. And, well, 981, that's a big number.
That's Matthew Holcomb.
I'm glad you remembered that one, because I can't turn the programme pages quick enough for that one. But the track is very dry today. It's not dusty, but it's very dry, which is quite lucky, really, because when this track gets wet, it's tough, isn't it?
Oh, it is. But this weather was ordered, Ken. I give him a ring and had a word with the bloke upstairs, and he promised me some good weather for this weekend.
Well, I think I'll just give you my future order, and you can have a word with him about that as well.
It only works now and again, Ken.
Oh, well, you know, a win on the lottery would be nice.
It would, yeah. I've tried that, but that just hasn't happened yet.
What have we got here? Looks like 121 coming up the hill.
121, that's John Howard from Accrington. John's going well now. He's gone on to a 490 Mayco. He was struggling with the little 125 Honda, but he's going well now on the big Mayco.
That looks like Stephen May, 110 if I'm not very
It is,
mistaken.
yeah.
Yeah, there he is.
Crew in Cheshire is Steve.
Yeah. Oh, glorious weather we've got here. As you say, you know, that word you had upstairs certainly did the good. 76 this is.
Martin Russell again.
Yeah, and who's he got behind him there? Quite a glimpse of someone right behind him, but some of these bikes have been stored away in sheds and garages over the years and been cleaned up. Well, number 5 coming through there. Now that's definitely not Neil Hudson.
It isn't. No, that's Steve Ryan. He's actually loaning his bike to Neil for this week.
Right.
Meeting,
Okay.
like, so.
Do you think some of that former World Championship speed will rub off on him?
No disrespect to Steve, but it doesn't look like, does it?
Well, that looks like Mr. Parton almost went down in a heap of sand there. He's obviously trying very hard.
I think it's Paul Chapper he's got right on his tail.
Ah, right, that would be the reason. 171 there. He's looks to have got himself a problem. I'm quite actually sure who that is. You might know.
171.
Yeah, 171 is Nigel Parker.
It is, yeah.
From Whitchurch. He's obviously trying to find the kickstart again. Oh, that was nearly over the back of the bike.
Yeah, Rob Forden trying there.
Yeah, Rob going for it. 110 again. It's tiring work out. These lads have had a race on the Saturday and they've got the action here on the Sunday that we're covering. And, you know, the old arms must be feeling a bit wretched by now.
Yeah, I think so. Well, we like to give them value for money, Ken. We like to keep them on the bike.
Oh, they certainly get that. Certainly get that. Here we go. 76 down the hill yet again.
Mr. Russell again.
Mr. Russell, all the way from the Isle of Wight. They've travelled from all corners of the globe to be here. That's for sure, haven't they? Like America, Sweden, and here we go. Yeah. Looks like the race winner going through.
There's Paul Chiappa, 99, yeah.
Yeah, Paul taking, well, I won't say I convinced him, but there's the man. For those of you out there that don't quite know who he is, that, of course, is the former world champion.
It's been very, very good. Good to see Brad, Neil, and everybody else. It's really, really good. Thank you very, very much.
Mr. Noyce. And the crowd appreciating his words of encouragement. Well, it's now time, I think, to move on to the 3-wheels. This is going to be fun for sure. Incidentally, for those who weren't sure who Graham Noyce was talking about, that was, of course, Dennis Slythe, and Dennis has done so much work to help this event get underway. So thank you, Dennis, for all your work. Right, OK, these are the sidecars. This is crazy time, isn't it, Darren?
Oh, these sidecars, they're unbelievable.
They're maniacs, I reckon. I've always said one thing, there's 2 types of people in the world. There's the sane and the insane. And to be a passenger in one of these things, you have to belong to the second group.
Without a doubt.
You've got to be crazy.
Yeah.
They love it, don't they? 111 this looks like. Martin Hutchinson and Gary Kinge from Surrey on the Yamaha outfit. And these are not modern outfits, are they? They're more classic ones.
They're not, they're all twin shock.
Yeah, exactly.
They do have disc brake, but they are twin shock.
That's what I meant by classic. They're older. They're sort of ex-Grand Prix retired machines. Number 7 there. Not sure who that is.
That's Chris Batt and Steve Ball.
Yeah, 3-wheel racing. They do have, or have had here in the past, World Sidecar Grand Prix at Canada Heights. They haven't had one, I think, this year because apparently the budgets weren't there, but I think they're planning to get one back here in the near future, aren't they?
I'm not sure, Kenny. I don't know what the Sid Cup Club have got in mind for that.
No, I'm fairly sure Roy Barton and the boys are pretty keen to get Sidecar Grand Prix racing back down here to Canada Heights, so let's hope they do that. 24 there, and you know who this is.
24?
Yeah.
I don't.
I've caught you at last.
You have.
Well, they'll call them the mystery couple. They're the mystery couple from somewhere. We're not quite sure where. So 111 leads. We're looking back for second, third, fourth place. It's pretty tight at the moment. Here they are with that rather skewy front number plate on the bike, but they're going well, these two. Martin Hutchinson and Gary Kinge.
Yeah, and that number 24, Ken, is Teddy Mead and Alison Mead.
Well, got his wife in there.
He has.
Oh, she's very obviously, she loves him very much.
She must do.
Martin Kinge this is, and Steve Hodge on the 42 outfit just gone through. So there you go. Got the wife in the sidecar. I suppose there's one way of keeping the missus fit.
It must run in the family as well, because number 25 is Michael Mead and Susanna Mead.
Well, there you go. I mean, obviously it's a family outing this weekend for these guys. Number 7 there. Now you'll tell us who this is now.
Number 7.
You've got
That's was it number 7 or was it number 2?
It was number 7.
That's Steve Masters and Joe Ashworth.
And this is number 6 coming down the hill, which is Bill Shearers
and Greg Wernham.
Greg Wernham from Derby. They're looking pretty good.
They're riding well as well. They've been going well this year in the Nationals.
I mean, if you look around sidecar racing around the world, we've got some quite good crews. Chris Etheridge and the lads. We've got one of our main crews, I can't remember who it is now, that's just Colin Philpott, of course, is another top Grand Prix British crew. But I think, is it Chris Etheridge that's just retired? Gotcha again.
Yeah. What for this?
I think it's Chris Etheridge that's just retired from World Sidecar Racing. I'm not sure, but
I'm not up on the modern stuff, Ken.
For those of you guys out there that know the answer to that one, answers on a postcard, please. It's Director Darren Hudson.
No, don't do that. We
give
might
you his
use
address
it
later.
We might use it as a competition.
Yeah, along with the
question
fiver
at one of our quizzes.
So these guys are looking good. That looks like 23. That's
Paul Harker and his passenger Jeff James.
Looks like 42 is going to take the checkered flag. Mark Kinge and Steve Hodges from Linford on the Yamaha Wasp. Well, they take the win. Well, number 6 there coming through to complete the race. Bill Shearers and Greg Wernham from Derby. Oh, good sidecar race. Okay, these are the pre-77, I think. Is it, Darren? And of course the
pre-77 and 4-stroke.
That's the ones, the 4-strokes. There we go, pre-77 and 4-strokes, as the graphic says. They get off the line, up the hill, into that first corner. 41 there at the back of the group, and that looks like John Sinnott from Preston. We're leading them down the hill, 113, Patrick Van Duren from Belgium, and who's he got behind him? Looks like Wayne Partington there.
Yeah, Wayne will be the first 4-stroke and Patrick will be the first pre-77.
Now this lad's supposed to be riding in the International, isn't he?
He is, I think he's actually doing both.
I hope we charged him twice the entry. I don't know. Oh, there's a very piece of nice regalia to ride in. Looks like 911.
911, that's Kevin Bratt.
That's no relation to his age. I like the shirt. I think he must have borrowed that from his wife. 71 there.
Bill Finlay.
Oh, look at the shirt he's got on. That's an old Motocross to Nations shirt, I think. I'm not sure.
It could be. Bill's from Workington, so he's a true Brit, like.
He lives a long way away from here, about 4 hours then.
Yeah.
And it's 141 then down the hill. Wayne Partington looks to have got the lead then. And Wayne riding, well, that's a name again I remember back from my days of racing, so as Bill keeps saying, perhaps I should get myself a Mako Twinshock and have a go at this.
You probably should.
Yeah, the problem is that the Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday afterwards is the problem, when I can't walk anymore. 157. That's Alan Deere, I think.
I think you're right there, yeah.
Oh, here's a stately ride. Oh, he's dropped it. 63, I think that is.
Yeah, I think that's
39 if he's upside down.
Chris May.
Chris May, get on your bike.
No, Michael May. Sorry.
Michael May.
The whole family of Mays.
And
Steve, Chris.
612. There's another one. Wayne Partington.
612 is Callum Wilson from Scotland.
Oh, there you go. Hook high. 141 then it is that leads them through, and going like a train, Wayne Partington. He's looking very good on that bike. 74.
That's Peter Austin.
Yeah, I'm going to say that.
I think what we've got here, Kenny, we've got the over 50s in this class as well.
I think you may well be right, mate.
I think we have.
We're mixing them around a little bit, that's for sure, on the day.
Oh, yeah.
34. Another low number.
34 is Mitch Hughes, another local northern lad from Cheshire.
Cheshire's in the north, is
it?
I suppose it is. It's north of Watford Gap. 69.
Lee Davis there.
He's going well as well. Looks like a young lad, that lad.
He's not that young, but I wouldn't call him old.
compared to some of his young mate. 74 flashed through our picture there. That's
Peter Austin
again from Bradwell on the Mako. Anybody's young compared to me and Bill's ages, that's for sure.
You said that, Kenny, not me.
Bill will be taking that issue with me next time he sees me.
He will, and he could deduct it from my sponsorship.
Yeah, no, Bill's a generous lad. Wayne Partington. Bill loves this event. He keeps telling me we've got to ride against each other so he can beat me.
Oh, he will. He'll bring you a bike.
I know he will. Probably the slower one of the two. 61 down the hill.
That's,
here.
Rob Payne.
Yeah, Rob Payne from Crewe in Cheshire. Doesn't work on the railways, does he?
I don't think he does. I think he's a roofing contractor, is Rob, to be honest.
Right, okay. All trains come from Crewe. Or don't, as the case may be. Oh, Bumblebee shirts!
Mark Cook.
Yeah, reminiscent of the old days of scrambling.
Yeah, Mark always has that shirt on.
And looks like 39, I think that is.
That's Kenny Newton, 39.
Yeah, with his sleeves rolled up, naughty boy.
He's looking for action, is Ken.
He's looking for some grazes on his arms as well, I think. So here he is, Wayne Partington, 141. He's looking good on that bike, isn't he?
He is. He's going well as well.
Yeah, he's should put him in against Pete Math. He's going to get the checkered flag and take the winner. Good ride from the lad. Almost start gate to checkered flag race that was for him.
Yeah, close.
69 coming past to
Lee Davis, yeah.
And he's on a Yamaha, I think.
He is, yeah.
And 34 behind him.
Mitch Hughes.
Yeah. And 74.
That's Peter Austin. He must be the first over 50 on.
Ah, right, there you go. First over 50. Chance for me yet then. OK, we're moving on now to our next class, which of course is our second international race, as the top boys warm themselves up and get ready to do action out the end. Can Pete Math take another win? Number 3, of course, Brad Lackey, the American there. Didn't have such a good first race, did he?
No, riders kept throwing themselves at his feet, Ken.
Yeah, well, probably they would. He is Brad Lackey.
Well, that's right.
Peter Mathia in the middle there, getting a grand start, but I don't think he's made that corner first.
He hasn't. I think that was number 17, Steve Shuttleworth.
Oh, well, I don't know. 46.
Gareth Noble there.
And he's fallen all
there's
over.
Herbie Schmitz.
Oh, Herbie, you silly boy. You can't stop there for a rest. You have to wait to the end of the race. Here we go. Who's that? Is that Shuttleworth? I think it is.
It's Kevin Reid.
No, Kevin Reid then. Oh, well, Kevin's going like a stormer. Where's Mathia? Won't be far behind. Here he is, right behind him. The praying Mathia Mantis will be waiting to pounce at any corner next.
He will. Math will wear him down.
Oh, yeah, wear him down. He'll throw copper pipe at him or something. He is a plumber. Peter Mathia says he's the poorest plumber in England, Wales and Scotland. And don't forget Ireland. I don't believe that for a word.
No, I don't think that's true.
No,
at
he's
all.
always pleading poverty to me. He's just saying, no, I don't earn any money. I reckon he's got hollow floorboards at home. Here we go then. So that's the race leader. Number 25, about, I think, to get demoted.
Yeah, he's got Math on his tail now.
No, he's hanging on to it, you know.
He goes well, does Kevin, he can go.
Yeah, look, he's up off the seat. But he's got modern leg armour on as well, these knee protector things they wear nowadays.
Yeah.
I only wish they'd have been around when I was racing. I might be able to walk still. 24.
Wolfgang Schrader again from Germany.
He's having a good ride as well.
He is.
Looking back behind him, number 60.
There's my mate Pete Campbell, number 60.
I'm going to say, I presume it's number 60. He's got 21 behind him. So he's going well. Stefan Tiro, Frenchman. So the battle is still on at the front. It's still 25 then. Kevin Reid from Staines, just outside London. And Peter Mathia about to...
He's making a move there,
he's on him, and he's past him, I think. It's a pretty hectic front row, this, isn't it?
It is. It's top-class racing.
Yeah. Math, of course, on his exclusive supplied Wulfsport Bill Brown Mako machine.
Oh yeah.
Specially tuned in the special secret garage.
He was burning midnight oil last night, was Math, getting that bike ready.
Number 5, Neil Hudson, is behind him now.
Yeah.
It looks like Kevin Reid's dropped back to 3rd.
I think he's 4th now.
Oh,
Kevin
4th.
Reid.
Oh, well, who's 3rd then?
He's got Steve Shuttleworth there now.
Oh, well, Steve's making a move. Looks like Neil has decided to give old Math a run for his money.
There's Steve.
Yeah, it is Steve Shuttleworth.
Lives in the same village as me, does Steve.
Is that good for him or not?
It's pretty good for him, yeah.
I suppose you two are down the pub regularly for a pint.
Only now and again.
9, Mick Ashford. Allegedly from America, but actually comes from Birmingham. Mind you, there is a Birmingham in America.
It's not that one where Mick lives.
No. The one where he lives is the one where they get all the traffic jams on the M6.
That's it, yeah, the worst place in the world.
So they finished that nice little ring road that goes around it.
I think it's actually the first time Mick's been out this year as well.
Oh, he's going well, you know.
He's, like I said, I think he was an Imber rider.
Yeah.
He used to ride in the Imber rounds, so it was no
and
buffer.
for those of you out there that don't know what Imber means, it's the AMCA version of the World Motocross Grand Prix. International something.
Don't ask me, can you?
No, I can never remember the full title either. Imber. International Motocross something Bureau or something it stands for. So Peter Mathia on the #1 Mako, looking for his second win here today at this Wulfsport sponsored World Twinshock Motocross Championship round. Well, round. It's the only round.
It is, it's the only one.
I don't think some of these lads would last more than one.
No, they don't like long races, don't they, lads?
No. Well, they'll be here to go too cold on the bar before they get back. That's what I've been told. No, pull a pint at the start of the race, and by the time I get back, you know, it's ready.
That's just for the Irish, that.
Especially if you drink Guinness, yeah. There we got here. Looks like 24.
Wolfgang Schrader again from Germany. I think he's got Steve Shuttleworth in his sights there now.
He's going very well. But they ain't catching this man.
No.
Known as the Cheshire Charger. Former British champion, I think he was, if I remember back that far.
Yeah, he was.
17 there.
Steve Shutt.
Steve Shutt from Ashcombe in Furness.
That's the place.
That's a long address on your post, on your envelopes, and you write that out. 204.
Andy Graham.
Andy Graham. With
former Speedway rider, Andy.
Number 3 on his back. He obviously wants to confuse all the commentators. That's a ploy, you know. They do it deliberately.
Oh, we can make a film of ourselves on our own. We don't need any help.
We don't need a lot of help, do we? There's a man. Whoa, mate!
Dragging it, man.
He's being pushed, you know.
He is. Neil's on a charge.
That's Neil's right behind him. He's pushing him hard. Shuttleworth again, I think. That's Steve. Yeah, Steve. It's a great scrap here for the win on this one. 29.
Helmut John.
Yeah.
Who's having a good ride, Helmut?
He's from Amsterdam.
He wasn't so keen on riding in the international class, but I think he's actually doing 2 classes anyway. But he's getting a lot of miles on his bike. So
did he bring any tulips with him?
I don't know whether he did.
No, well, he comes from Amsterdam. Either that or he brought some diamonds. We won't go into the third option that Amsterdam is pretty well known for. Looks like, I think that's 307 if my eyes don't deceive me. I could be wrong. He's tried to cram about 900 numbers onto the side of that bike. Well, there's only one number this guy wants. #1, Peter Mathia. Will it still be there next year? And we're looking back behind him. Another bit of a scrap going on here.
It's still going on, Germany and England here.
Yeah. I ain't going to guess who's going to win this one. Mathia then takes win 2 here today. Convincingly. Where was Hudson? Well, 24 coming in.
Yeah, I think Wolfgang's finished 3rd there. And
third, so I think Neil was 2nd then.
Yeah,
didn't get a shot of him.
Shuttleworth 4th.
And 35 there comes through, and that's Norbert van Doen.
Herbie Schmitz there, recovered after his fall.
Yeah. Okay, from the internationals, we're going to move on now to the next class, which is the support class. Not too many of them, unfortunately. So they get on to their racing line into that first corner. Oh, we're going to have 1 or 2 slower riders, I think, in this one. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Well, I can't make out who that is. You might know.
Couldn't make out the number, Ken.
Maybe in 194, I'm not sure. Looks like 188, I think it is, that leads it. Big high numbers on most of these guys.
Yeah.
It was 188 that leads it through. And according to my programme, that should be Robert Wainwright.
That's right.
From Swaddling Coat on the Mako. Should have been riding in the open class, but obviously he didn't qualify and went through to the support. It's getting a bit rough in some of these corners now for these lads, but he's looking good. He's looking very good at the moment. Who's this back behind him? Well, it says number 6 on the bike, but I can't believe that is the same person, Vic Allen.
It isn't, no. I think it's somebody borrowed Vic Allen's bike.
I'm going to say that's not Vic on that bike. So that's the guy. I think that's 100. Is it 181, 191?
191. That's Phil Bayman.
That may have been Phil Bayman. It was stuck on the gate. I'm not quite sure. We couldn't quite read his numbers. I don't know. So 188 it is that leads them round in this support class, and he's looking good. He's looking happy with himself. I like his body armour on the back there.
Well, it is warm today, Kenny, isn't it?
It's 153 coming down the hill here.
That's Shane Sargard.
You just about managed to spit that one out.
I did, yeah.
Sargood.
That's it.
Shane So Good from Warminster. Well, you say it's warm, but a few of these lads still got jackets on, so obviously they don't think it's warm. It's still a 188 then that leads, and he's got a great lead here at the moment. Enjoying this for sure. So Robert Wainwright. Who we got here? Looks like maybe second place and going great guns at the moment. Again, those numbers are a little bit...
that's another one of the May brothers, Chris May. That.
Oh, right, okay, you can read the numbers better than I can.
I think that's him anyway.
Perhaps I should borrow your eyes. You can borrow my glasses. There's certain things that come with age. One is a lack of eyesight, and the other I'm not going to talk too much about.
No, we don't want to go into that.
But don't tell the wife. Here we go. That's the man on the number 6 bike that isn't who we think he is, but you know who he is. You're not sure who he is. Well, mystery man. I'm sure he knows who he is, and there's probably a few of you out there watching this that will know who he is. So again, it's answers on a postcard with a £5 note. 188. Yeah, this lad's quick, you know.
He's going well, is Mr. Wainwright.
Mr. Wainwright's going well. The name rings a bell for some reason, and I'm trying to get my memory to go back far enough to pick up where I remember him from. This looks like 61.
That's Rob Payne. He's obviously sneaked out in this race because he's in the fast one.
I was thinking that.
It's great, this video, because I'll be able to capture them all now and get extra money off them.
Yeah, that's it. Hey, excuse me, you weren't supposed to be in that race. That's another £5 you owe us, or whatever the entry was. Yeah, double entries, charge double prices. For those of you out there...
185 there, I think that's Gavin Baldwin, son of Huey Baldwin.
I was going to say, for those of you out there that are rich, Darren's, of course, looking for sponsorship for next year. That's 176 going through there. That's John Crowler, I think that is.
It is, yeah.
Crowler from Walton-on-Naze.
Mitch Hughes there, 34, another one sneaked out from the four-stroke race.
And there's our race leader, 188. He's going like a train at the moment, young Wainwright. I use that term loosely. 185 there behind him.
Gavin Baldwin. 61 there, Rob Payne, and 132 there, Dave.
You're stuck on that one there, aren't you?
I was, yeah. And I know him very, very well.
219, that's Dave Chorley went through from Somerset. And that's 159, I think, just going through there. And that, of course, would be, according to my... Mick Sharp, one of my information. From Endenbridge on the Husqvarna. Checkered flag then goes out for 159, believe it or not. So there we go. Mick Sharp went through. I'm not sure...
185 there, Gavin Baldwin.
Who the winner was that time?
No, I think we've missed the winner.
Yeah. OK, he was that quick, we missed him. Here we go. Next race up, which is the Open 40s and a mixture of the 50s class, we believe.
I think you'll find it's just over 40s.
Well, we might see the odd 50 sneak in there as well.
You could well do, yeah.
You can't stop these lads. Once they get going, they want to go out in every race, don't they?
Oh, they can't get enough.
Oh,
they can't get enough.
Intensive care for next week for some of them. 94 appears to, I think it's 94 that appears to lead them through.
Alan Cook.
Well, Alan's going well. A bit of a good scrap going on at the moment for second place between about 3 of them. They've not stopped squabbling over that one. Oh, this looks like 154.
Big Steve Hitchman, you can't miss Steve.
Yeah. Well, the point is, can you get past him on the track?
I'm not going to say out.
No, he's about the same girth as me now, I think, so I can't really take, I can't say anything, can I?
Peter Lightfoot.
That's another name I remember back from a few years ago.
Yeah, oh, he's been around a while, as Peter Light. The sheep farmer from Penrith.
Sheep farmer.
Yeah.
So 66 it is at the moment. I'm not sure whether that's actually the race leader.
It is.
Peter Lightfoot. It is. So Peter actually showing a clean set of wheels to everybody else as he makes his way around this Canada Heights circuit down here in Kent. As I've said before, the scene of many top-class British Motocross Championship races and, of course, SIDECAR Grand Prix. We keep saying to them, why don't you run a Grand Prix here? But, of course, that's an expensive option. 88 just shot through our picture there momentarily, and there's the big man. I'll tell you, for a guy of his size, you know, he's not slow, is he?
He's no slouch, isn't Steve? He goes really well.
You don't often see him stand up going over jumps, but I can understand that reason. But he's a great guy.
Oh, he's top man, Steve.
He really is a nice guy. And it's a mixture of people from all walks of lives that come into this sort of event, and that's what makes it so sociable, isn't it?
It is, yeah. Like I said before, it's just a social weekend. You know, you can come on your own, or you can bring your family. It's just a fun weekend.
You can bring your wife or whoever, it's up to you.
Steady.
We promise we won't tell. Well, not this year anyway. 139 coming down the hill, and that, according to my information, is Tim Wilson from Buxton, where they produce that lovely spring water. That's Buxton in Cheshire, if I'm not very much mistaken.
It is, I think, yeah.
It's probably why he's a healthy lad. He drinks all that water, you say. That's what it is. Oh, this is a quick-looking lad. So here we go.
Still 66, Peter Lightfoot.
Peter Lightfoot looking good on that maker at the moment. Looking good to take a win. That looks like 81 or 87 just going through there. I think they should be selling some better numbers here next year, you know.
Reg Beaumont there was 88, 72 Ken Shuttleworth.
It may have been Terry Moore if it was the
53, Mr. Brown himself.
Oh, Billy Boy!
But it isn't Mr. Brown, that's Brian Atkinson.
Well, there you go. See, Brian,
riding Bill's bike.
Yeah, they see Bill's playing a bit of a blanker on this one, isn't he?
He is, yeah.
Yeah, he sends Brian out, so perhaps he can save himself for one race. Sneaky. Well, that's the advantage of being the sponsor. You make the rules up as you go along.
That's right, yeah.
So who we got here? This looks like 155, I think that is. Yeah, indeed. 155, according to my programme. That's Steve Loud from Copnor. That sounds like a northern name.
I think actually Steve Loud's a southerner.
Is he? Oh, well, there you go. Just goes to show what good my geography is. Bottom of the class. Ireland? Yeah, that's near America. 66 is the man on the pace at the moment.
Peter Lightfoot,
Peter Lightfoot, yeah. And it's all a question about who's going to finish in second place. 185 there.
That's Huey Baldwin.
Huey. Hello, Huey. If you're watching this video, Huey, you're going like a steam train.
73, Jeff Shuttleworth.
He's not slow either, is he?
He isn't. He goes well, does Jeff?
This is one man that's certainly going well.
Peter's showing a clean pair of heels to everybody here.
That's probably why his name's Lightfoot. I know I'd get one in somewhere. Not sure whether that was 81 or 61. Clean your numbers next time. 149, that is definitely 149. You should know who that is.
Alan Painter.
Yeah, I can say. Sudden moment of quietness there from Darren Hudson. So
there you go. Peter's happy, isn't he?
He's pleased with that, isn't he? Yeah, he just won a Grand Prix. Well, he has actually. Almost.
He has.
Well, sort of.
Oh, without a doubt.
That was 81, I think. 81, 73 there. I'm sure that was 81. Well, 73, I can tell you, was Jeff Shuttleworth. So here we go, we're on the line again for the 250 class. It's all go, no stopping us. The smaller capacity machines, these will of course be 2 strokes, I think. I don't think
they will, yeah.
Yeah, there's no 4 strokes out there for sure.
I wouldn't have thought.
Unlike modern racing now, where 4 strokes seem to be the way forward. With all the environmental issues that are going on, of course, you know, 4-stroke racing is going to become a big thing in the future. That looks like number 100. If I can read those numbers on the side of his bike, and that's Tim Wadham, or Wadman, sorry, from Honington.
But I don't actually think that's Tim.
Yeah, well, surprise, surprise. 109. Is that Dave Cook from Great Bar, or is it someone impersonating him?
It is Dave Cook.
With that shirt on, it's got to be Dave Cook. He got that shirt back in about 1952.
It's actually 101.
101, so there you go. That would be Phil Allen then. Says he comes near Macclesfield. How do you come from near Macclesfield? You either live in Macclesfield or you don't. Who prepared this programme? It's got to be you, Hudson.
No, nothing to do with me.
101 then.
No, your eyes are as bad as mine, Kenny. That is number 400.
Oh, well, there you go.
It is Tony Leishman.
Well, there you go. You'd never known that was a 4 on the bike, would you? So
the only thing that
400.
done me there, I know Phil Allen rides a Kawasaki.
That looks like 65, and that was definitely a Kawasaki.
That's Richard May from G&H Awnings.
Yeah, I remember Richard May.
He's a good lad, is Richard.
He used to ride about the same time as I did up at the Nantwich Club.
Yeah, he will have done, yeah.
And I still remember the Twinshock Championship race we had up there some years ago.
Yeah, Nantwich, Allerton.
Yeah, which of course the circuit no longer now exists.
Which is very unfortunate.
It's going to become a road race circuit. They have the planning permission and everything else. They just need the money.
Don't we all?
Yeah. That looked like 250, that.
250,
yeah, 250. I'm really sure who that was. That would have been Stephen Goddard.
It is, yeah.
From Banbury, if it is 250. So that's 400, is it?
It is, that's number 400.
Yeah, right, okay. I don't think I need glasses. I need a pair of binoculars to see that number. Because you wouldn't know that was 400, would you? So is it Chrissy Watton?
No.
Tony Leishman.
Tony Leishman.
We've got 2 400s, that's why. So that's Tony Looseman. This programme is designed to confuse the commentator, and it's doing an adequate job of it. You might know who that was.
112, that. Neil Miller.
He was on a Kawasaki, that's sure. That's definitely 51.
And that's Paul Leyland.
Well, there you go. Is he not impersonating someone?
No, I don't think so.
That could have been 339 or 390.
107.
107, yeah.
That is.
Yeah, he's got to look down. He's got to look down his programmes for this one, I tell you. 107. Should be
David
Dave Ellis.
I should know that as well, because I know
yeah.
David well.
Next year, I think we're going to require these guys to have bigger number plates on these bikes.
Definitely. Some of these lads are going to have to get clearer numbers.
Yeah, or get bibs on their backs, one of the two.
One of the two, yeah.
That's definitely 51, and it looks like he's got 56 there beside
56
him.
is Steve Hughes.
Yeah. No, these two are having their own little war out there at the moment.
Yeah.
Oh, he's gone past him. Oh,
Right
nice bit of overtaking. There you go. That's how it's done. And someone taking a rather more leisurely ride at the moment. That could be 102, is it?
Can't make the number
No,
out.
can't make the number out. So next year, it's bibs, lads. We're going to put bibs on you because we can't read the
I'll tell
numbers.
you, it's 122 that I think it was, Grant Slide.
Well, that's definitely 400. I just made out that 4 on the side now.
Yeah. It's clear on one side, but not on the other.
No, that's it. It's all to do with the camera angle. So 400. Tony Looseman, I think, again, you said?
Yeah.
So Tony at the moment having a great ride from Luton in Bedfordshire.
It's going well.
He's just up the road from me. He probably gets practicing by navigating the M1 in between the cars. That turns you into quite a good rider if you don't get killed first. Oh, look at this for a little
good battle here.
procession
62,
here.
Chris Woodward there.
And on the back of those other three, so that's our man coming through. Oh, another Kawasaki here. That
Neil
could be
Miller.
up. Yeah, it's 112.
It is Neil Miller.
Yeah, Neil Miller. It's not the Neil Miller that used to paint crash helmets, is it? No.
I'm not sure.
No. 56, definitely.
Steve Hughes.
Yeah, Steve Hughes. And there comes the checkered flag, which goes out, I'm going to suspect, for number 400. Indeed it does. So Tony Looseman then wins this one. Looks like Miller is going to come past, maybe in second place. I'm not sure. We'll check the results later. 65 there coming through.
Richard May.
Oh, he's head down over the bars
Chris
there.
Woodward.
And that's 56.
Steve Hughes there, 56.
Oh, good little scrap there. Okay, we're back on the line now. It's time for the big boys. Their third race of the day. These are the internationals. And can Peter Mathia post another win? Number 11 there, right in the middle of the shot. Roger Garrett. There is Mathia, waiting to drop the clutch. 66 is the man beside him, but Mathia, a storming start there. Oh, up the inside again. Oh, down goes. Who's that? I think that's the German again. Well, he's got Brad Lackey stuck there with him. Pick the bike up so we can see the number. Looks like 24. It is 24.
Herbert Schmitz, yeah.
Herbert Schmitz. I was right there, and Lackey's now got to get the bike going against the American right at the back of the field. So, oh, well, look at this stuff
17,
now.
Steve Shuttleworth.
Steve Shuttleworth with 2 there behind him. Herbert Schmitz. And that's Mathia right behind those two. So Mathia back in third place. We've got to, I mean, these two in the front have decided we're going to give old Pete a run for his money this time.
Oh, Steve will. Once Steve gets his nose in front, he'll be away.
Are you trying to say he's got a big nose?
No.
I mean, no.
I'm just saying, once he gets in front, he'll be bad to pass.
Once he gets that front wheel out the front, there's no stopping the man.
And he can ride, can Steve.
Here he comes. And Mathia up to second place now. So Peter looking to take the lead here and take another win. Number 9 going through there, Mick Ashford, the American Brummie. That's going to be his nickname now, the American Brummie.
If you remember, it was Mick that did that flip on the KTM at Atherton, Nantwich.
Yeah, I remember that, just. Martin Snap on the number 12 bike. That was a long time ago, that, you know.
About 4 years.
Yesterday was a long time ago. Number 1, Peter Mathia from Whitchurch in Shropshire.
I think Steve Shuttleworth's disappeared.
Oh, it has. He's probably gone back to the bar. Number 2 then, Herbert Schmitz picked the bike up.
11, Roger Garrett.
Garrett. Schmitz having a much better ride this time out. Where is Neil Hudson? That looks like, is that Shuttleworth behind him?
Yeah, Steve's still there.
Steve's still there, yeah. So, old Pete's getting pushed here, you know. 4th ride of the season, because now he looks after his son, Scott, who incidentally rode in the 250 class.
Jimmy Aird coming through.
Oh, Jimmy boy. Mr. Scott Leathers himself. What a character he is.
He's a typical Scottish Jim.
No, don't say that. He's been known to buy a pint or two in the pub. One going through there, of course,
Rob
is
Foden.
Rob Foden.
A couple of these lads here that just sneaked out to fill the entry up.
Bit of a mix here, but there's no doubt in the man that's out in front. Peter Mathia on an absolute roll. He's going to take 3 out of 3 here today if nothing goes wrong, and there's no reason to believe that it will. 11 there, tucked still in behind. Having a good race, Roger Garrett, the Bristol-based man. But look at Mathia. He's going quicker now in this third race than he's gone in the previous 2. I reckon he's warm to this, you know, Darren.
He will, yeah. The rougher the track, the quicker Mathia.
And he's got 5 behind him, Neil Hudson again. So these two going for it in this third race. They did it in race 2 and having a right good scrap here. 2 there, Herbert Schmitz, the
99
German.
there, Paul Chapper.
Paul Chapper, yeah. So, and here comes the Shuttleworth boy.
Yeah, the whole shot man, Steve.
Yep. You'll be trying to think, how does Mathia manage to do it? We can't understand how he managed to stay so thin.
Oh, have you seen Peter stripped out?
Yeah, there's nothing of him.
Oh, no,
he's a lat.
There's more meat on a butcher's biro.
I reckon his wife doesn't feed him. That's what it is.
Well.
I reckon Eve doesn't feed him.
I'm not saying anything because
I've known Peter for years, and Eve, and I've seen the 2 kids grow up from very, very young to Scott now racing. Of course, Emma is his eldest, his daughter. She's turned into a fine lady. Pete's now having to obviously do the boyfriend vetting, I would have thought. Tough job for a father, that is. You're not going out with him. Doesn't like bikes. So, German Herbert Schmitz there going through. And, oh, I can't.
Mark Cook there.
Yeah, on 43 with the Bumblebee shirt on. 46.
Gareth Noble.
Yeah, he's having a good ride.
He is, he's going well, he's going.
Yeah. Here comes the Mathia boy. And that's Hudson, I think. Is it Hudson not too far behind?
It is, it's Neil there. Neil's getting better and better as the day goes on.
Oh, Peter was nearly off the back of it then.
Oh, that's typical Math, that boy.
Familiar trailing leg of his. So here he is, the boy himself, number 7, Jimmy Ed. Thoroughly enjoying himself, and I'm going to assure you he's not had a wasted trip down here, knowing Jimmy as well as I do. Up the hill he goes, Peter Mathia. Well, this boy really is turning on the style here at the moment. That's a young man coming down the hill, unlike me. That was a long time ago when I was young, I can tell you.
99 Paul Chiappa there.
I can only just remember back that far.
We've decimalised since then, haven't we, Ken?
Oh, we've been everything since then, mate. Cumalised, decimalised and economised. No, we'll have a go at this one time.
Oh, we will. We'll get you back.
Yeah, yeah. And can I have a resuscitation unit with a blonde nurse afterwards?
We'll see what we can do.
Yeah, they'll all be arguing over that, won't you? 99 then.
I'll be doing the interviewing.
With the mask on.
Paul Chiappa, 99.
Chiappa, 99, of course, from Fife in Scotland. And Peter Mathia, oh, this boy lost none of his old style, none of his old skills. Oh, 113.
That is our flying Belgian.
Yeah, that's an unusual bike, that, isn't it?
It's a CZ, I think it's a pre-65 CZ.
Yeah, Mako CZ it says here. Patrick Van Duren.
That's the man.
That's a great looking bit of kit.
It is, yeah. He's just had a little bit of bad luck over this weekend. We're breaking down a little bit here.
He'll be back next year.
Oh, he will.
Oh, Mathia looks over his shoulder. No. Where's the opposition? I'm gone. He
Paul
says
Chiappa there, giving it some air.
Mathia says he hates doing TV interviews with me.
I wonder why that is.
I enjoy them. No, he's all right. He's good, Peter is.
He is, yeah.
Cheerful lad.
He's an ambassador for Twinshock, like
he is indeed, yeah. There he is. That looks like Neil in second place then. And Mathia says, thank you very much. Some of that. 35 comes across the line there to finish the race. And Darren at the moment is struggling to tell you who that is. Well, I'll tell you because in my programme it says it's Norbert Van Dun. What a great day's racing that has been for sure. Well, Darren's shot down to the presentation now where we caught up with him and asked him how the day had gone. Had the event been a success?
The racing today was very good. The international class was great. All the names turned up. Graham Noyce, Neil Hudson, Peter Mathia, everybody you know, they all turned up here and the racing was really great. It was like from years ago. So we're really pleased with the way it's gone. Yeah.
Any surprise results?
Not really. I think Math deep down knew that he was going to win the international Wulfsport Championship class, like so. But maybe Herbert, Schmitz, even Jimmy Aird's been going very well of late. So I think he was under pressure, but I think he had an idea he was going to get there.
Was it good to see more internationals here?
Oh yeah, it was brilliant. I think that's the best idea about it being here at Canada Heights. It's that close to the border, you know, for the French and the Dutch. It's the ideal place for the meeting. It's really good.
So what's the plans for next year?
Next year, hopefully, we'll get to Canada Heights again, either this weekend or the weekend later, and then I just think the event's just going to get bigger and bigger and bigger.
Well, the results look like this then. In the sidecar class, Mark King and Steve Hodges took the win from Bill Shearers and Greg Werman. Moving on now to the pre-77 class, Keith Alderman there taking the win from Patrick Van Duren, the Belgian rider. And moving on again to our next result, this of course is the support class. Robert Wainwright from Stephen Howarth there in second place. And then on again to this time the four-stroke class. Wayne Parton, who had a great ride from Dave King there, and Lee Davis in third place. And we move on once again to our next class. These are, of course, the over 50s. Peter Austin taking the win from Stuart Miller. Dennis Slythe and Bill Brown, our event sponsor, down in fourth. Ron Parkin won the over 60s class. And of course the over 40s class, Peter Lightfoot, Bob Macy and Steve Louth there in third place. On again we go, and this time it's the 250 class with Tony Lushman, Richard May and Neil Miller there from Chris Woodward in fourth. Scott Mathia down there in fifth, of course. Peter Mathia's son. Here we go, these were the open experts. Paul Chiappa from Dean Lane, Piers Waddington, Rob Foden as well, Craig Awell there, down there in fifth. And finally the international class, the World Championship, Peter Mathia taking the win, Neil Hudson, Wolfgang Scherrod, Jimmy Aird, Steve Shuttleworth rounded out the top five. What a race that was. Well, Mathia becomes the world champion once again in Twinshock racing, deservedly so, with 3 wins. The crowd loved it. I hope you've enjoyed the video. We'll be back next year with more Wulfsport Mako Twinshock World Championship racing.